Rody gets to go stay at my at grandma and grandpa's house. Not my grandparents' house, but his grandma and grandpa's house. So he's a little excited. He gets to come with me to the airport. Dad, you want to say anything?
It's too early.
Valid, it's very early. It's early morning to get to Vegas. Okay, so update, makeup is done. I just did it in the middle of the airport, which I haven't done in a very long time, but whatever, I want to hit the ground running when I get there, so yeah. I think I'm gonna go get a drink. There's a bar over there in the corner. Everything in me is fighting to record this vlog. We're here and we're gonna try to remember all these moments, so. It feels weird recording myself in a public place, but we're gonna try it. Okay, so I made it to the Park MGM. My hotel was supposed to be ready for an early check-in, and it's not ready yet, but that's okay. I'm gonna have lunch instead. I'm just waiting on my pasta to be ready. I'm very excited. I found this place on their website. It's called Italy. They have like a bunch of little different restaurants, so it's like an Italian market almost, it feels like. So yeah, I'm excited to eat. It should be good. It's really cute. Would it be weird if I film it? I was debating getting a glass of wine, but the pasta was already expensive enough that I was like, I'll just wait until I get to Fremont Street. So that's where I'm headed after this. Check into my room, put my stuff away, and then, yeah, gonna go check out Fremont Street. So this is the pasta dish I ended up getting. On camera, it looks like a pretty decent serving, but like in real life, it was not really actually that much pasta. And the pasta itself, I didn't think was that good. It was homemade noodles and sauce, but the noodles were a really weird texture, and the sauce was just way too salty, and not like way too salty in a good way. So for $22, I probably would not eat here again. I was glad I did. It was a fun experience, but yeah, I would definitely go somewhere else for pasta in the future. Okay, so I made it to Fremont Street, and here's me walking around talking to my camera, but somehow I messed up the recording settings, and this is actually a slow-mo video I somehow took, but sped up to make it look like it wasn't slow-mo, and all of the audio is gone. So here's a little clip of Fremont Street. And I was walking past, I believe, the Golden Nugget when I was speaking earlier. Fremont Street was really interesting. The drinks were more expensive than what everybody had told me it would be. There were all of the weird different street performers, but it was cool. I'm glad I had the experience. And I did do the zip line, so I will go ahead and insert that video here in just a second. So fun. If you're in Vegas, go to Fremont Street so you do the Fremont Street Experience Slotzilla. This is fun. It's a little bit pricey, but I enjoy it. I'm not a gambler, so. You get to see all of Freak Street. It's great. Do it again. So that was the Fremont Street zip line. I think that was the third time I rode on it because they had a deal that day where if you bought it before a certain time, you could ride it as many times as you want. So of course I lived up on that. Excuse my dog if you can hear him in the background. He's making some funky noises. Anyway, here I am just talking about Fremont Street and my experience there. Again, don't know what happened with my camera and why the audio is gone and it's in slow motion, but that's okay. Some of the clips coming up fix themselves. But following Fremont Street and my exploration down there, I decided that I wanted to go to the Mob Museum for some good times there, and I had a very good time. I'm going to insert some clips here. I did some of the experiences, the moonshine tasting, and the crime scene analysis deal, and it was a lot of fun, and I would highly recommend that as well. One other note about Fremont Street that I did really enjoy, they have a store down there. It wasn't an ABC store, but it was a convenience store. Super cheap souvenirs, and it was the best thing ever. So the closest I've come to seeing this in person was watching the Dahmer tapes. No, not the Dahmer tapes, the Dahmer reenactment with, what's his butt? That would be Monster. Ryan Murphy, Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer series. Come on now, Sarah, get it together. And they like reenacted John Gacy being electrocuted. This is not an actual electrocution chair, but like, oof. Anyway, okay, moving on. So this is some of the St. Valentine's Day massacre wall, some of the actual wall from the massacre. You can see some of the bullet holes and all that stuff in there. I thought it was super interesting to see in person. And then this is a map of where there were different stops for like the mobsters and whatnot throughout the United States. And it was very interesting to me to see that the closest stops were Kansas City, Springfield, and St. Louis to Omaha, since I'm from the metro. So yeah. This was some photo booth thing that I crawled into on my way to the Prohibition exhibit, and it was really cool. I was trying to take a selfie, but as we could tell, I was having some technical difficulties, so that didn't work, but I did get a video instead. But yeah, that was kind of cool. It was fun. So here was a drink that I had at the bar after the Prohibition exhibit, and they did give me a clean version of the tub glass to take home with me, so that was cool. So after I finished my drink at the bar that was inside the Mob Museum, I worked my way back over to Fremont Street to spend a little more time before heading to the Zach Bagans Museum, which I don't have any footage of, but I will tell you it was a 10 out of 10, highly recommend. They don't allow any photo or video inside the building, but it was a very, very, very cool tour. Anyway, the one thing I did want to show you before getting back to the hotel and showing the rest of my little vlog from the evening was I found this robot thing on Fremont Street that would draw you for like $5, and I just thought it was super cool, so I had to do it, and it ended up being a pretty good drawing and well worth the $5 in my opinion. It was very neat. And then while that finishes up, I just wanted to show you some other photos from Fremont Street at the zip line and with the Chippendales and my fingerprint from the Mob Museum. It is the end of day one in Vegas, and it was a very interesting day. I don't want to say it was shit because there were some really great moments, but like, there was a lot of frustration. Like, I had paid for an early check-in, and when I paid for it, they told me it would be ready at the time that I picked, and it wasn't ready, and then I got here. There was a really sweet lady at the front desk that helped me, and she explained, like, no, I'm so sorry, you were given wrong information. It's really a 3-hour grace period from 11 to 2, and I was like, okay, I want to go and do stuff, and she was like, go check your bags with the bellhop, so I did that. And then I went to Fremont Street, got a souvenir cup, the touristy souvenir cup, because why the heck not? It was fun. It looks like the leg from A Christmas Story. I think I maybe had like a fourth of it, a fourth max, and then I threw the rest away because it just was starting to hurt my stomach and I couldn't do it. Then after that, I went to the Zach Bagans Museum, the Haunted Museum. The website tells you it's about a 2-hour experience. It took me 3 hours, and I'm not saying that was a bad thing. It just was very unexpected, and yeah, you can't take photos, you can't take videos, you can't do anything in there. They ask you to put your phone on airplane mode. You have to sign a waiver stating that you take full responsibility should anything come home with you, spirit-wise, so it was interesting. I did the RIP tour, so I got a lanyard and a t-shirt with it, and I got to go through some little extra areas and whatnot. After that, I went to Coolsville. That is the home of the $10 walk-in tattoos. So there is, oh yeah, there we go. We got mountains and a plane, a dog on my ankle. Anyway, now I'm back in my room, which was a whole other thing. So I get back from my day out. I go pick up my bags from the concierge, bellhop, whatever. I get upstairs, and my door didn't want to unlock. And I sent an engineer up here after about 20 minutes. He got here, and he was so nice. Fixed my door. That was that. I did take a shower. That shower in this room is super cool. Yeah, now I'm in bed, and I am debating ordering room service because I'm hungry as fuck, and I have a headache, and I want to take some Tylenol, but you can't take Tylenol on an empty stomach, and I don't have snacks. There are snacks in here, but I don't want to eat anything that they left over in the minibar. So future editing me wanted to take a moment and say, I think that I was just very overstimulated and done by the end of day one because there was so much that happened, and I had been going since very early in the morning, like 5 o'clock Nebraska time. So it was 2 hours before 5 o'clock Vegas time, and I was up late. So that was the problem with day one, but it gets way better from here. Well, good morning. It is now Tuesday, day 2 in Vegas. I woke up, I ordered room service, so I'm gonna eat that here in a second. I'm feeling a little bit better, but still just completely on edge. Because yesterday was just such a mess. It was such a mess. I don't know. But today's gonna be a good day. I'm gonna hang out at the pool all day. I need to run to Target at some point, and then, yeah, but it's gonna be a good day. So, gonna eat breakfast, and then we'll see where the rest of the day takes us. Oh, also, in the middle of the night at like 2 o'clock, I woke up, and I was like violently sick. Don't know what happened, don't know why. I'm wondering if maybe something that I ate or drank yesterday just really upset my stomach, and anyway, we'll see. But yeah, that is where we're at for today. I do really like this room. All right, friends, we are off to Target. I'm not gonna take you with me, but I can show you. So I did splurge for an extra, I think it was like $15 a night. So for an extra 30 bucks for this trip, I did splurge and get a strip view. Don't know that I'd do it again, but yeah, so I can see the strip from my hotel room, which is kind of cool. You know, why not when in Vegas? But I do have this roof. I think that's part of the Dolby Live. I don't know. Anyway, Target is like, where? Like right there. I'm headed to the pool now. I might just take video on my phone, so sorry if the quality dips, but I don't know what the vibe is gonna be. I don't want to bug people with a camera, you know? So anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna head down to the pool. I'm excited. I'm very excited to go relax and read and jump in the pool and all that good stuff. So I didn't want to record too much because it was very busy, and that's kind of intrusive in my opinion to record at the pool. So there was my snack. Here is me at my little cabana area bed thing. And then I did have some drinky drinks, and it was beautiful, relaxing, and I loved it. Amazing, amazing pool at the Park MGM. 1000% recommend. Hi, so update, I'm back from the pool, and I took a nap and a shower, and now I'm about to get ready for the concert. I'm already dressed. Here, I can show you my outfit. It's kind of cute. I tried to dress kind of like Bruno Mars vibes because obviously it's Bruno Mars. So anyway, here is the outfit. Leather shorts, a little silk red shirt, and then got some jewelry going on, a little bee and a heart and a chain. So anyway, that's the goal. I have some more jewelry and I'll put it on here in a second, but I'm gonna go get ready. So let's go get ready together. Why not? I haven't done this in forever. It's about 4:30 right now. And where am I gonna put this? That is the question. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna get ready now for the concert, do makeup. My hair is air drying, so that is what's going on with that. I don't know why it zoomed in on my face a little, or anyway, okay. All right, so we're gonna get ready. And I'm gonna talk a little bit more about how my day has been, or like my experience in Vegas. So, I've had an okay time. Today was definitely more my speed, I would say, than the other days were, just because yesterday, it was just too much going on. Like way too much. I was overstimulated, and I think I just tried to cram way too much in on the first day. I just got really frustrated when my room wasn't ready, and then there was the whole problem with my key last night, like the key card not wanting to work and read and whatever else, but you know, you can't let that bother you. And then for whatever reason, waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning to throw up, like that was not fun. And I still don't know what that was, because I had a vodka cran and I had a little bit of a pina colada. I don't know. Well, it could have been. I did do a moonshine tasting, and those were strong. Those were really, really strong. So there's a chance that that's what did it, and it just didn't hit until later, but I don't know. Either way, it was just a long day. So then today I was like, I'm gonna reset. It's gonna be a good day. And I did. I had a much better day today, so that was good. I rented a day bed at the hotel pool, and that was super cool. I'd never done, I've like done cool, like I've been to pools and stuff before, but I've never rented a day bed before. And as you can probably tell, I got a decent amount of sun, but that was okay. I kind of figured I would. I was kind of trying to catch a little bit of a tan, but I think I unfortunately overdid it, as such happens. Any of that, I did a little bit of running. I went to Target to get some little toiletries and stuff, shampoo, conditioner, all that, because what was at the hotel was just not cutting it. So I needed to go get some stuff there. I also just do not like the smell of the shampoo and conditioner here, or the body wash, or the hand wash. Like I don't know. It's a very like, I don't know how to explain it. Like it smells like it wants to be like woodsy, like earthy, but it smells like artificial. So, which it's a soap, you know, it's not gonna smell like nature if it's trying to smell like nature. Like, all right, so for makeup today, I don't think I'm gonna do anything too crazy on the eyes. I only brought one eyeshadow palette anyway, so don't really have a whole lot of options as far as that goes, which is fine. I'm not trying to impress anybody at the Bruno Mars concert unless Bruno Mars himself comes out into the audience, and then I'll be like, hey. I've been a huge fan of him for the longest time. Doo-Wops and Hooligans was the first album that came out, and I remember that in grade school, so I've wanted to see him ever since. And living in Omaha, you know, we do get some big names, but not all of them. Sometimes they come once and they don't come again, just because, I don't know, Omaha, I feel like celebrities either love it or hate it. So there's that. I don't know if Bruno has ever been to Omaha. If he did, it was forever ago, back when my parents were like, no, you can't listen to that music. Not that his music's like, some of it's pretty raunchy, but it's Bruno Mars, so whatever. I'm staying at the hotel he's playing at, so that'll make life easier too after the show, so I don't have to worry about catching an Uber to get somewhere. That was half of why I picked this hotel, was because I just did not want to have to deal with craziness of Vegas after a concert. I don't know why I just did that. I don't ever do my makeup like this anymore. Whatever, we're gonna let that sit and marinate for a second. So the rest of the night, I just need to grab dinner, and I really want to eat at Sbarro, but it's across the street. Like, and it's not a far walk, but like I just don't want to go outside because it's so hot here, and I know I'm gonna start sweating, and like I don't want to sweat and fuck up my makeup. So I don't know what I'm gonna do for dinner. And I also just don't want to be like running late and like stressing myself out, because I did buy, for whatever reason, I decided I wanted the VIP pre-show thing where you can go and get drinks and take photos in their like open air, I don't remember what the hell they call it, their open air photo booth.
Quick pause to say that open air photo booth pre-show VIP thing was really cool, and in my opinion it was worth it because it paid for drinks and snacks before the show and it was unlimited, so it really honestly paid for itself.
Or something, I don't know. So I have that at 7:30. So again, I've got plenty of time. I have like 3 hours before then, but I'm just, I don't know. It's my first time in Vegas, so a little bit just scared of being late and not being on my game and all of that stuff, because I want to be ready to go. I want to have a good time. I don't want to be concerned about not being places on time, not getting the full experience of these things that I paid for. I'm excited. I don't know, I guess I'm kind of excited to make friends and like talk to people before the show, because I do like to branch out and talk to people. I talked to some people today at the pool that have seen Bruno before, and they basically made it sound like this is going to be the best concert that like I'll ever see if I really am as big of a Bruno fan as I say I am. So like I have no doubts it's going to be an amazing concert, but it was just kind of cool to hear people say it's going to be that good. Like Bruno Mars is like, I don't even know who is like the male singer right now, like the moment. He is my Harry Styles. He's always been my Harry Styles. Like I've been a huge fan of his for forever. The Haunted Museum, I mentioned this. It was super cool. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was not sure what to expect, like what was going to be in there, what of Zach's collection was going to be there, like what the tour was going to encompass, like what it was going to look like. Like I didn't look anything up besides this museum, the options, like where it was, when it was open, when it closes, like all of that stuff. Like that's all I looked up prior, because I just wanted to get there and experience it all. And fast forward if you don't want to like have any spoilers. So you're not allowed to have, you can't take photos, you can't take videos. They ask that you put your phone on airplane mode when you're in there. I did. I don't know if everybody did, but I wanted to have the best experience possible for me. So to do that, I followed the rules and what they asked me. The way that one works is you go in, you get your ticket, your tour guide greets you, you then begin the tour, and they take you from room to room to room to room. They give you some background on the house that it's in, because this was a house that was owned and supposedly has some haunted energy connected to it from like previous owners and all of that stuff. So they explain all of that. And then they take you through and you learn about all these oddities that Zach has acquired, all these different things that he has, all of these items, and why he believes that there's a spiritual connection or a haunting to them, like their past, their history, all of that stuff. And it's pretty cool. I will say, if you are a souvenir person and you are thinking about going to it, there are two options. The general admission tour or the RIP tour. And the RIP tour, I want to say, was like $25 more or so to do than the general admission. And with that, you get a lanyard and a t-shirt. So if you're thinking you might get a souvenir anyway, like that's why I was like, no, I want that one, because I figured I would probably get a t-shirt regardless. I was like, you get the same tour, you get to see some more stuff there, and you get a t-shirt. So for me, that felt like the best value. So I would recommend that if you are a souvenir type person. But it was really cool. They had, okay, so what they had in there, some of the more notable parts of it for me, they had Dr. Kevorkian's van, they had Ted Bundy's one of his ski masks, the murder kit that was found in his car, they had a pair of his glasses, they had Paul Walker's sunglasses from the car crash where he died, they had Sharon Tate's wedding dress, they had, what else? The Michael Jackson, they had a chair that was in Michael Jackson's room when he died. And then they had like a bunch of other things, like some haunted dolls. There was this doll named Peggy, and we were encouraged to ask her questions, like tell her hello, goodbye as we entered the room. They had some stuff that was seen on Ghost Adventures. They had the clown room, which creeped me the hell out. I did not like it. I had to like put my hand up as we were walking past these clowns. Like it freaked me the fuck out. I did not like that. It was cool, but if you're not a clown person, you might not love it too much. What else? Like what? There was just so much there. There was the Divic box, which if you are familiar with Zach in Ghost Adventures, you might remember that from when him and Post Malone were doing some investigating, and Zach, like, for whatever reason, decided to take the glass off around it and then put some stuff on it, and it like caught his energy, and Post like touched his shoulder, and Zach got all freaked out and scared, and Post had to pull him out of there. They also had shown some videos of like how others, like guests, had reacted to some of the rooms and the stuff in there, so I thought that was kind of neat. And then in each room, so the tour guides will tell you a little bit about like each thing as you go into it, but once you get in each room, they play a video where Zach narrates and talks about the items in there. So there was James Dean's death car. The whole car has never been found, but he does have the part of the transmission, and like that was something that like watching that video and just how proud he was that like he had that, and he's able to show that and share it with those that stop by. What else? Like Kevorkian's van, he talked about that with a lot of respect and a lot of grace as far as like owning that and having an item with such controversial nature and whatnot behind it. So I thought that that exhibit was done very well, and I was not expecting to see that at all there. Like I said, I didn't look up what was going to be there. One of my friends asked me, she's like, so I saw that they have Kevorkian's van, like what did you think of it? And I'm like, does everybody know what's at this museum before? Like anyway, so it was really cool. It was really neat. Everybody was super, super nice. They all had wonderful things to say about Zach, which was cool. They did say that the one guy was like, so how many times have you met him? And he goes, well, I met him for the first time 2 weeks after I started, and he's been through here plenty of times since then. And he said that he's a really, really nice guy. He's a lot more reserved than you would think based off of what you see on TV. Yeah, that was about all he said about him, and just that he enjoyed him, and he thinks that he's a very genuine human being, and that what a lot of people think of him being non-genuine and stuck up and stuff like that, that's not the vibe that he got. So that was kind of cool, because I know that Zach Bagans is somewhat of a polarizing figure. I'll just leave it at that. I enjoyed it. If you are into haunted things, if you're a fan of Zach Bagans too, I would recommend it because it's really cool. They don't make you participate in things if you don't want to. Like you don't have to go into the basement. If you don't want to go into certain rooms, you don't have to go into certain rooms. Yeah, and you can turn and like stay out of the room if something creeps you out, anything of that sort. Oh, another thing that was like, whoa, this is kind of interesting to see. He had Charles Manson's, oh, I called him Marilyn Manson earlier talking to my friend. Anyway, they had Charles Manson's hospital gown on, or there, from when he died in the hospital. So that was kind of interesting. Was not expecting to see that. And you could like still see like the bodily fluids and stuff that had leaked out and onto the hospital gown. So that was interesting. But yeah, all in all, I would recommend it. It's a super unique experience, not one that you would see. And I did appreciate that it was a guided tour. I do, however, wish that they would update their website so that way it reflects how long it really was, because I was thinking it was gonna be like 2 hours and I was gonna get going and whatever else. And it was totally fine that it lasted longer because like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it, but it was about 3 hours. So keep that in mind. My breakfast this morning, oh my God, it was so good. I had a mushroom and cheese omelet, 10 out of 10. It was so good. And then it came with breakfast potatoes. Now, I was thinking that it was going to be kind of a smaller portion just based off of the portion that I got when I had lunch yesterday here at this hotel. What did I do for dinner last night? I guess I didn't really have dinner. I just kind of snacked on shit here and there. Yeah, so I was kind of expecting it to be a smaller portion. So I also ordered a side that was like bagel and cream cheese. And I really didn't need to, but I'm kind of glad I did because after I got out of the pool, I ate the bagel and the cream cheese and then took a nap. You know, the chips and guac were really good at the pool, but not enough to keep me full for a while. So anyway, so now the debate is what to do for dinner, because I was gonna go to this restaurant on site. It's called Side Betty Bar and Grill, I think is what it's called. And it's like right over by where the Dolby Theater is, the Dolby Live. So like that's really convenient, but it just doesn't, what I was gonna get just doesn't sound good anymore. Okay, makeup is done. We're gonna put on our jewelry. So Bruno likes his pinky rings. So I got a little black ring wear on my pinky. And then we have a B for Bruno, obviously. And then we have this ring and it says, "Fuck you." If you did not know, he actually wrote the song that CeeLo Green made famous. And then we have another ring with a B on it. I don't know, is it too much? Too many B's? We really love Bruno in this house. That's all I can say. Apparently I bought 2 of the same. Okay. I don't know. I'm debating how I want to situate all of these rings on my fingers because I don't want it to be too much, but kind of is going to be too much regardless of what I do, I think. Maybe I do like that. I think that looks good. I just don't want to overdo it or underdo it. I have little dangly earrings with the B on them as well. Aha. I can never tell if my outfits to concerts are cringe or if they're cute. Like my little themed outfits. I'm really not concerned about my hair looking perfect because there's a very good chance that I'm gonna sweat because I always sweat at concerts. So if I do that, then the hair gets a little bit poofy and there's no need to stress over it looking perfect. One last thing. I can't tell if this is dorky or what, but all my friends are like, no, you have to wear it. He likes to wear bandanas, so anyway. Is this cute or is this cringe? Am I doing too much? I can't decide. All right, final look. What do we think? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it cheesy? Is it too much? It's what we got, so it's what we're gonna wear. Also, the other interesting thing about the Bruno Mars shows, and you may already know this, but he does not allow phones in. So you get to keep your phone on your person the whole time, but it's in a pouch, and if you try to mess with it, it screams. So you can't take your phone in with you to record anything. He does not allow that. So I'll try to record what I can, but I am not about to miss out on this concert by dicking around with my phone.
So here's my dinner from Sbarro. It was so good. Honestly, one of the best meals of the whole trip. It's just classic. Can't go wrong with pasta and salad.
Good morning. When I say that was the best concert I've ever been to, that was hands down the best concert I've ever been to. He played a mix of old, of medium old, of newer, of the new Lady Gaga song, like, and he just had so much fun on stage. He made fun of himself for all of these rumors that he's in debt to the casinos. I truly, truly the best concert I've ever been to, hands down. So, anyway, that's what I got. I need to go around and get a new pair of sandals because the shoes that I have right now are fucking up my feet on all kinds of levels. So I'm gonna run to the Ross across the street and hopefully find a pair of sandals here. And then I have a bus tour that I'm gonna catch. And I'm gonna try to be to the airport at about 4:30. My flight leaves at like 6. So they say about an hour and a half, and I think that should be plenty of time. I don't know. And I'm vaguely familiar with the Vegas airport because I've flown through it so many times. I've just never gone through. So I might even try to get there earlier than that. I just don't want to screw nothing up. So anyway, that is the update for this morning. I am still on cloud 9. That was truly one of the best concerts that I've ever been to, like ever.
So here's some video clip from that hop on, hop off bus tour thing that I did. It was really cool. It went along the strip. It took you all the way down to Fremont Street and would drop you off at the Mob Museum if you wanted. It was $55 and it got you on the bus all day. And like I said, you could hop on and hop off at any of the stops. So it was super cool. It was also a double-decker bus. So I sat on the top underneath the shade and there you go. You can see me. And there's my face. It was a super cool experience, and I really actually enjoyed this tour. It also had an audio part that told you about the different things you were driving past. So it was a really great way to see the whole city if you didn't want to drive around or explore other places. And since this was my first time in Vegas, I was too scared to leave my hotel and immediate area because I had never been there before and it's a big city and it was scary to me. So this was really, really great. I was able to get all the way down to the Las Vegas sign and get some photos and just see more of what the strip had to offer. So it might have been a bit of a bumpy trip at the start with the hotel and the few little mishaps, but at the end of the day, this was a really, really great experience. I enjoyed Vegas and I had a really great time exploring what I got to see. I was sad though because I didn't feel like I got to see everything, so I did end up coming back for my birthday 2 months later in November and I got to see a whole lot. And I'm very glad I did. I had the best time and I absolutely love that I did this for myself and I faced the fear of a big scary city and I went to see Bruno Mars, who was the love of my life. Like this photo was even on my Christmas card this year. For real though, go see him if you can.
The towel. I got the fucking towel. That's what I like, towel. I'm on like cloud 17. Forget cloud 9. Oh my God.